boys and girls. Well, as we saw in our last story, that bear, well, they had a problem. And sometimes we have to work and try and figure out what our problem is and how we can fix it. Well, one way that we can fix our problem is to talk and work it out. So I have a book here where these children have some problems, and we're going to see how they fix their problems. At least maybe they won't run away from it or climb a cliff or nail it or bury it, or slam the door on it. Let's see how they fix their problems. Talk and work it out. I'm learning to get along with lots of people. Wow, and that's a good thing because in the world there are a lot of people, and we do need to figure out ways that we can get along with other people. Because when we go to school, there are lots of people in the classroom. When we get a job, there are people at the job we have to get along with. So it's pretty important to get along with other people who might have other ideas or other beliefs that might be different than ours. Sometimes I don't agree with a person, and it's okay to have different ideas. I can see he wants to play checkers, and I can see he wants to play Candy Town. But if something really bothers me, I can choose how to work things out. I can stop and take a deep breath to calm myself. I can take time to think about what to do. I can see he's got that quizzical look on his face, thinking, how can I solve this? I may want to talk about the problem. I can look at the person and speak up when I tell how I feel. Talk it out. 1, talk about the problem. 2, listen to understand. 3, think of ways to solve it. 4, choose the best plan. So I like the way he's standing there talking nicely and she's looking and paying attention. I can listen and think about how the other person feels. I learn more about the problem when I listen to another view. Because when she went out to recess, she might not have known that he was upset. So if he doesn't talk about it, then how could she possibly know? I can say back what I hear. This shows that I understand and care. As we talk about the problem, I can be polite and friendly. It feels good to be heard and to understand things better. Yeah, talking about it politely and in a calm voice is way better than yelling because it makes the other person very worried if you yell, or it might make them upset. And then you have 2 upset people, and nothing seems to get solved when you're both upset. So calming down and thinking carefully what to say and saying it in a reasonable voice makes it so much easier to solve the problem. I can use my imagination to help solve the problem. Here you go. I can think of lots of ideas. So she would give it to him if she knew that he wanted it. They could share it together. Oh, and you can use it first. And taking turns. Those are all good ways to solve a problem. And I can ask the person to help find an answer. What do you think? That's a good idea because maybe they have a way to solve the problem that you didn't think of. If I still need help, I can ask a grown-up. So now I can see that when she took the ball and wouldn't share it, he wasn't sure how he could solve that problem. So he went to a grown-up to ask for suggestions, and then he would have ideas to share with the other person. That's a good way. I can think about each idea. What might happen? Will we both be happy? When you can solve a problem where each person is happy, that's great. But sometimes that doesn't happen that way. And you have to be okay with that. I can help choose a plan that's good for both of us. I can cooperate to make things work. I might share or take turns or do something nice. Let's go play. Definitely going to play together with a ball is a great idea, because then I have someone to kick it to and they can kick it back, or I have someone I can pass it to and they can pass it back. Usually a ball activity is better when you have 2 or more people anyway. Sometimes it's hard to find an answer everyone likes. I can still show respect. They still haven't quite figured out how or which game to play together. I'm learning to solve my problems peacefully. Getting along can be more important than getting what I want. So the older brother chose to play the little brother's game first, and maybe if there's time later, then they could play his game. That was very kind and a good way to solve a problem. And then next time, because he was kind to his little brother, then his little brother is more likely to be kind to him, because he saw how kindness makes everything work better. If I care about someone else's ideas and feelings as much as my own, we can usually find a way to work things out. And now those 2 are friends, and they get to play ball at recess and even playing with other kids too. Great idea. They definitely talked and worked out how to solve their problem. Pretty neat. Well, boys and girls, I want to think of a time that you had a problem, and I want you to think of, how did you solve it? Did you solve it in a positive way? Think of a problem and how you solved the problem. What did you do to fix the problem in a positive way?